In this video, we are going to understand how much salary you can expect in the Netherlands. If you are looking for a job change or a career switch in Netherlands, this video will be quite relevant for you. At the end, I'm also going to explain you which companies you should be targeting if you are looking for a higher salary. Certainly, it will come with a cost, but I'm also going to explain you what tips and tricks you can use in order to get a better salary in the Netherlands. So stick till the end, and we are going to discuss everything you need to know about Netherlands salary structure. All of the numbers I'm going to discuss are coming from my experience or the offer letters I have got in the Netherlands, and also from the publicly available information. In case you are looking for a offer negotiation and structure of your offer, do look on these websites so that you can make a better decision. Now let's start with the salaries in the Netherlands. Let's break down this part into multiple components, and first we go with the experience level. So if you are in an experience level of 0 to 5, you can start your salary from 45, and specifically these salaries I am discussing are coming from the IT sector. So 0 to 5 you can start from 45, and you can also go up to 60. I think this is a very fair number for somebody who is starting their career in the Netherlands. In the second slab of the experience level, it starts from the 5 years to 8 years. You can expect a salary from 60 to 82 or 85,000 euros. It includes your holiday allowance and also any other bonuses if you may have. Sometimes in exceptional cases, and if you are working for different company, you might also go beyond this number for this particular experience level. Now move to the third slab, which is starting from 8 years to 12 years, and this is where you start getting into the middle management, and maybe you are leading a project, you become a tech lead or you become a manager somewhere. In this experience slab, you might be expecting salary from 88,000 to 120, and in some cases it can go beyond 130 as well. I have seen people who are getting beyond 130 after 10 years as well. And this includes your all the components, including your holiday allowances, base salary, or bonuses, and everything. So consider that 130 is a very very good salary in Netherlands for this particular experience level. Now the next and the last slab, because this is somewhere you get into the top management, or starts getting into the executive positions. 12 plus years, maybe in some companies it is 15, but in some companies it could be 12. In these roles you can expect a salary starting from 120 to 210, 220, and then you also have additional bonus options. So this becomes very lucrative because you are somebody who is leading a department, who is leading a complete function, a product, etc., and that's why you have a lot of responsibility. Subsequently we have a fair compensation on that side. But this is not all, right? Because the experience is not the only driver factor for your salary discussions. There are multiple aspects. One of them, what type of the company you work for, what type of the skills you are in, and what time of the market you are in. What is the need of the company? Do they need you desperately, or it's like okay, a backfill? So considering all these factors, your salary structure will be decided. So let's take one example. One of the example, I take data science and machine learning because I come from that. If you are a very experienced person in that data science and machine learning, you can go to the higher end of the slabs I explain you and ask for more salaries. If you are coming from a skill set where the demand is low and supply is high, then you might not be able to quote a very high salary for yourself. So depending on the situation, depending on the company you work for, these all components come into the pictures while deciding your salary. One of the tip I want to give you here about salary negotiation is, if you are looking for money, if you are looking for more salaries, you should look for American companies working in the Netherlands, because usually American companies tend to pay higher compared to Dutch local companies. That's my observation, and I might be wrong as well. But if you look around, if you do research on internet, you will find this statement true in most of the cases. I'm not saying it's 100% and absolute true, but it is true in most of the cases. These salaries might look very low when you compare it to US, and certainly it is lower, but it is not lower when you compensate with the benefit, because most of the people who come to Netherlands, they are not only coming for money, it's also the type of the benefit you get in the Netherlands. Let's talk about the benefits now. One of the key benefit you get in the Netherlands is vacation. For an example, you can get vacations starting from 20, and it can go up to 45 in a year, fully paid vacation. So the good component I found in the Netherlands, that you can take vacations for a longer and extended period of time. For example, you can go on vacation for one month. You can take it in one go. The second component we have here is working from abroad option. So in most of the companies after COVID, now they provide an option of working from abroad. So if you are an expat like me who is working in Netherlands coming from India, you might want to go back to India for some time, stay with your family, work from there, and then come back. In most of the companies, they provide an option that for some time you can work from India, from abroad, in your case maybe a different country. you can work from your home country for some time and then also take some vacation so that you can also have a quality time with your family in case you are in that scenario. Next part is about sick leave. Most of the time you don't need to report your sick leave. If you it is, I think, less than three days, you don't need to tell anyone. But if it goes beyond 3 days, you might need to tell your employer, and then it goes for the social benefits, which means government will be paying for your salaries. There is a percentage they provide you while you are on sick leaves if it is coming from the benefits or from the government. Now, combining the benefits with the additional cash component, you are always entitled for a holiday allowance, which is 8% of your salary, base salary. And then some companies provide 13-month salary, which happens to come in November in most of the cases, but in some companies they provide you at a monthly basis as well. At the end, as a cash component in most of the companies, if not all, there is also a bonus structure. So you might be getting a 10% of your base salary bonus, maybe 12% and 20% depending on the position and the experience slab you are in. But there are multiple cash components as well. So in case you are in the negotiation phase, these are the structures you can also ask for. And now let's talk about the working culture. I have worked in India, I have worked in different countries as well, and when it comes to the working culture, I think none of the countries I have worked in beats Netherlands. Here companies really pay attention to the work life balance, and it is true work life balance. And like, you will always get the personal time, you will be always given a task so that you can finish it in a reasonable time. Most of the time this is true. In some cases, for some days, it can happen in left and right, but in most of the cases it is true. In terms of the work culture, work life balance, I would say this is the best place to be at, considering the salary structure, considering all the other components comes into the picture. Let's talk about the tip. So the tip for the day is that if you want to increase your salary and targeting for a higher package, you should be looking for, first, it should be an international company, and if it is an American company, the tendency of the American companies are paying higher compared to the other local companies, and so you should be targeting for an American companies if you are really looking for numbers. And then second thing is always negotiate on your bonus. So companies literally can provide you some bonus outside of your salary. So if they are really restricting their base salary for a particular band, you can always ask for the bonus, extra bonuses, and it is doable. And last but not the least is always ask for a higher band, because in Netherlands the salary structure is based on the band you are in. If you hired for a certain band and that you hit the upper limit of that particular band, they cannot go beyond one number for your salary increase. But if you are in a higher band and starting with a salary range, let's say starting of that particular band, there is always an opportunity and ample scale so that they can give you more salaries. Now coming to the promotions and hikes in the Netherlands, usually the promotions and hikes are dependent with each company, but I want to take a generic approach and explain you how it works. Usually hikes are 2 to 3% annually, and it can happen at any point of the time of the year because it depends on the company cycle you are working for. But most of the companies follow Jan to December cycle, so it usually happens in December. So there are two types of the hike. If you are not in the management, you will get a mandatory hike, and you will also get a merit hike, which means based on your performance they will give you hike, and these two are combined together at the end. So there is always an inflation adjustment. It might not be 100% inflation adjustment, but there is always an increase, that's called mandatory increase, and that is mostly for non-management folks. For the management folks, that is always based on the merit. So if you are in the non-management, you might be getting the mandatory plus the merit hike, and the merit hike is based on your personal performance and the company performance, etc. When it comes to the promotions, usually I have seen promotions happening in companies. I got promoted, so promotions happens, and you can expect double digit hike in the time of the promotions, but not like other countries where you get 30%, 25%, etc. It's just starting number of the double digits. If you are looking for a really big increase in the salary and you want to really check out your caliber and the fair compensation in the market, you think you are not fairly compensated, the best bet is to switch the companies, because in that case you can command more salaries and companies are more liberal to provide the higher hikes, especially in the Netherlands. So that's how my experience has been. You might have a different experience in the different countries, but in the Netherlands this has been my experience so far. Usually people don't start for promotions here because they work longer for one position, and it is to do with their social structure, the way the society is built up, but usually I have seen people as a senior professional up to 15 years as well. So it's not like you are in the rat race and you have to finish something by this date and get promoted to this level by this date. This is not the culture over here. So it's an individual choice. So now you might have a question, okay, I have a different skill. How can I get a job in the Netherlands? How can I target the companies in the Netherlands? If these are the questions, please put that into the comment section. I will try to make another video. If you are working as a data analyst and data scientist, you can expect these salaries. So for data analyst, junior is starting from 40 to 60,000. For a junior data scientist, starting from 50 to 65,000, because the data science skill is high in demand and the low in supply. If you are in the range of the second slab of the experience, which is from 5 to 8, you can have multiple profiles. Now you are really looked after of a specialized individual contributor. In that case, you can ask for 70,000 to 90,000 for the data analytics job, and from 80,000 to 100K for the data science jobs. And when I say data science, it also includes machine learning engineers as well. If you get into the next levels, which are for solution architects, somebody who is designing the product, somebody who is designing the architectures of the data products, then you can ask for salaries more than 100K, and the experience starts from the 8 to 12 years. 100K to 120K is I think it's a quite doable salary for these roles. And at that time, when you are in that particular group, right, so you start getting mingled more on the data strategy. How can you bring data together to get the better insights, to drive the projects, multiple projects from the data. When the salaries goes beyond 100K and you are actually really specialized in one of the skill set, you are not somebody who is just focused on one single stuff, right? You cannot say I'm just a data scientist. Then you need to have a bigger picture. You need to think from starting till the end, and all of the pipeline as well. Beyond that, it depends on what type of the product you are building, what type of the work you are doing, but you can always go beyond 130 to 200 to 220 if you are working in a big tech companies. So in this video, I just wanted to tell you my opinion, my experience, my ways of looking on the market and the salaries in the Netherlands. If this video is helpful for you, please give a like and subscribe to the channel, or share with somebody who is looking for a job in the Netherlands. If you have any specific requirement for videos in the Netherlands, please tell me. I'll also make those. And until then, bye bye, and see you in the next video.